लीग नून को ये हुकूमत मिली पाकिस्तान में, तो उनके पास भी पूरा एजेंडा था, जिस तरह से ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के पास एजेंडा था कि एम्पायर का गुलाम बनाना है, इसी तरह से सियासी तौर पे तजर्बाकार हुकूमत, जिसपे बेशुमार अरस्तो बुजुर्ग महर तजर्बाकार लोग 30-30 साल से बैठे हुए शामिल थे, इन्होंने जब हुकूमत संभाली तो इन्होंने एग्जैक्टली वही काम किया जो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने उस वक्त हिंदुस्तान के साथ किया था।
Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry criticizes the performance of the previous government. He says Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz had been no different from East India Company in terms of making the country dependent on imperial powers. The Economic Coordination Committee differs, announcing an increase in the price of electricity till its next meeting. Finance Minister Asad Umar chairs an ECC meeting, and it is expected that a green light will be given for a ₹2 per unit increase in electricity prices. The Election Commission of Pakistan issues notices to Prime Minister Imran Khan and 141 other lawmakers who were suspected misreporting of election campaign expenditures. ECP sources told the ECP directs the lawmakers to submit their respective replies to the notices within 7 days. Chief Justice of Pakistan, Justice Mian Saqib Nisar, asks counsel for former President General Pervez Musharraf, retired, why he is not returning to Pakistan. Justice Nisar says if he returned to Pakistan, Musharraf would get appropriate security. He also offered to let the former president live at his Chak Shahzad farmhouse and get medical treatment of his choice. Former President Asif Ali Zardari, Faryal Talpur, Anwar Majid and Hussain Lawai appear before the banking court in billion of rupees money laundering case. While talking to media persons regarding Pakistan-India relations, Zardari says that this is all due to incompetence of incumbent government. A fancy red pink diamond is estimated to sell for almost $50 million. Auction house Christie says the diamond weighing 18.96 carats is the largest of its kind to be sold in company's history. International Jewelry Director David Warren tells writers in London. It is increasingly likely Britain's opposition Labour will vote against any Brexit deal reached by the Prime Minister Theresa May, the party's Brexit spokesman Keir Starmer says. US President Donald Trump congratulates Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in New York on Monday for an outstanding job with respect to terrorism. China strongly opposes the approved sale of $330 million of military spare parts to Taiwan from the United States and lodges stern representations with Washington, says the Chinese Foreign Ministry. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel will continue its military operation in Syria after Russia announced it would supply an advanced anti-aircraft system to its Syrian ally. After wooing at film festival premieres in Venice and Toronto, Lady Gaga stepped out in a long silver mesh dress complete with train for the Los Angeles premiere of A Star Is Born. A Star Is Born goes on release in US cinemas on October 5th.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You're watching 92 News HDTV UK. My name is Mohammad Yasir Rizwan.
And my name is Faik Mahmood. Starting off with the top story today, Prime Minister Imran Khan on Tuesday chaired the first ever meeting of the Board of Governors of the National Counter-Terrorism Authority at the Prime Minister's office.
More in this report.
The meeting also reviewed the progress of the implementation of the 20-point National Action Plan. Prime Minister Imran Khan stated during the meeting that Pakistan has come a long way in its fight against the menace of terrorism and countering violent extremism. NECTA's national coordinator briefed the meeting about the mandate and the role that the organization has been tasked with since its inception. In this struggle, we have sacrificed thousands of our civilians and security personnel, PM Khan said, while lauding the services and contributions of the armed forces, intelligence agencies, police and other law enforcement and security agencies. The Prime Minister observed that the improved security situation in the country is a result of combined efforts of all stakeholders, deploring the fact that not a single meeting of the NECTA Board of Governors was convened since its inception. PM Khan pointed out that the past government's neglect has resulted in a lack of improvement in the functioning of an important national organization. The Prime Minister said that the current ground realities call for revisiting the role of NECTA in order to make his body as truly proactive organization with a well-defined mandate. The meeting was attended by Defense Minister Pervez Khattak, Minister of Finance Asad Umar, Minister of Law and Justice Farooq Naseem, Minister of State for Interior Shahryar Afridi, Prime Minister of Azad Jammu and Kashmir Raja Farooq Haider, the Chief Ministers of all 4 provinces and Gilgit-Baltistan, and other relevant officers.
Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry on Tuesday criticized the performance of the previous government. He said Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz had been no different from East India Company in terms of making the country dependent on imperial powers. He accused the previous government of being irresponsible with foreign loans. They borrowed billions of rupees to build toys to play with, the minister said.
जब मुस्लिम लीग नून को ये हुकूमत मिली पाकिस्तान में तो उनके पास भी पूरा एजेंडा था, जिस तरह से ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के पास एजेंडा था कि एम्पायर का गुलाम बनाना है। इसी तरह से माशाल्लाह ये सियासी तौर पे तजर्बाकार हुकूमत, जिस पे बेशुमार अरस्तो बुजुर्ग महर तजर्बाकार लोग 30-30 साल से बैठे हुए शामिल थे, इन्होंने जब हुकूमत संभाली तो इन्होंने एग्जैक्टली वही काम किया जो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने उस वक्त हिंदुस्तान के साथ किया था। इतने कर्जे लिए और इंश्योर किया कि हमारे बच्चे और उनके बच्चों के बच्चे भी वही कर्जे देते रहे। नवाज शरीफ साहब की और लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन उठ गए हैं, जहां पे गए हैं रेगिस्तान में भी जब पैनामा चल रहा था, एक दिन थर चले गए और वहां पे भी एयरपोर्ट अनाउंस कर दिया कि वहां पे भी एयरपोर्ट, जहां पे कोई आबादी नहीं है वहां पे भी एयरपोर्ट। बन्नू में भी जाके एयरपोर्ट अनाउंस कर रहे। कोई अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि कई जगहों के ऊपर वो जा नहीं सके, वरना मोटरवे और एयरपोर्ट तो उन्होंने ऐसे अनाउंस किए हैं जैसे कोई स्ट्रेप्सिल्स की गोलियां बांटता है।
The Economic Coordination Committee has deferred announcing an increase in the price of electricity till its next meeting. Finance Minister Asad Umar chaired an ECC meeting on Tuesday, and it was expected that a green light would be given for a ₹2 per unit increase in the electricity prices. According to sources, the ECC had sought approval from Prime Minister Imran Khan for the price hike ahead of the meeting. However, ECC has directed NEPRA and Power Division to present the policy for the next 3 to 5 years during the next meeting. According to reports, directives have been issued to formulate a policy which focuses on the collection of bills and presents a strategy to decrease the line losses.
The Election Commission of Pakistan on Tuesday issued notices to the Prime Minister Imran Khan and 141 other lawmakers over suspected misreporting of election campaign expenditures. ECP sources told the ECP has directed lawmakers to submit their respective replies to the notices within 7 days.
According to the sources, the Commission's political finance wing issued notices after finding irregularities in the details of the expenditures submitted by the lawmakers. The notices have been served to 96 members of the National Assembly, 38 Punjab MPAs and 8 Khyber Paktoonkhuwa MPAs. The ECP has forbidden candidates contesting for National Assembly seats from spending more than ₹4 million on their election campaigns. The campaign expenditures of those contesting for provincial assembly seats could not exceed ₹2 million. Besides PM Khan, the notices were served to Punjab Chief Minister Osman Buzar, Speaker Punjab Assembly Pervez Elahi, former Premier Raja Pervez Ashraf, former Defence Minister Khaja Asif, Punjab Information Minister Fayaz Chauhan and others. ECP had also ordered candidates could only withdraw money from bank accounts that had been declared as their election accounts. The electoral body has directed the lawmakers to submit their respective replies to the notices within 7 working days.
Justice Mia Saqib Nisar, the Chief Justice of Pakistan, on Tuesday asked the counsel for former President General Pervez Musharraf, retired, why was he not returning to Pakistan. Justice Saqib Nisar said if he returned to Pakistan, Musharraf would get appropriate security. He also offered to let the former president live at his Chak Shehzad farmhouse and get medical treatment of his choosing.
Chief Justice Mia Saqib Nisar questioned why former President General retired Pervez Musharraf was not returning to the Pakistan. The Chief Justice remark came as he headed the 3-member bench hearing the case related to National Reconciliation Ordinance passed by Musharraf in 2007. During proceedings, Chief Justice Nisar remarked that Musharraf had left the country making the excuse of back pain and was seen dancing in videos in abroad. In response to Chief Justice's question, the former President's counsel Akhtar Shah said Musharraf can return if restrictions are not imposed on his travel. To this, Chief Justice remarked his name has not been removed from the exit control list. Justice Nisar also assured the Musharraf's security will be ensured even if he asks for the security given to a brigade. We will provide it, he said. Whichever security he asks for will be provided to him and he can get his treatment done from a doctor of his choice, Justice Nisar added. Further, Chief Justice said that ahead of Musharraf's arrival in the country, his house will be cleaned and Naeem Bukhari will overlook this. Whichever airport he lands at, a contingent of rangers will receive him, he assured. Details pertaining to asset owned by Musharraf were also presented in the Apex Court. The court then adjourned the hearing of the case for 1 week.
Former President Asif Ali Zardari, Faryal Talpur, Anwar Majid and Hussain Lawai appeared before the banking court in billion of rupees money laundering case while talking to media persons. According Pakistan-India relations, Zardari said that this is all due to the incompetence of incumbent government.
The former president reached the court amid full security. After brief proceedings, the court adjourned the hearing till October 16. Zardari avoided responding to journalists' questions. However, while referring to Pakistan-India relationship, he said the incumbent government incompetence is responsible for this situation. The reporters asked Anwar Majid that why he failed to appear before joint investigation team. Majid said that he was not aware of GIT, adding that he will certainly appear before GIT if summoned. Earlier, the court issued non-bailable arrest warrants for proclaimed offender suspects. FIA informed the court that 5 of the suspects are currently in abroad, adding that efforts are underway to arrest them.
The man believed to have robbed the family of a 10-year-old who died in police firing in Artillery Maidan area of Karachi was arrested on Tuesday. Karachi Police Chief Dr. Amir Ahmed Sheikh identified the suspect as Khalid.
Sheikh said weapons, mobile phones and rickshaw had been seized from the suspect. He said Khalid, a rickshaw driver from Hijrat Colony, had admitted to 7 robberies. His accomplice Shahzad was killed in a shootout with police in Akhtar Colony on August 13, Sheikh said. One of the bullets fired by the police had hit the 10-year-old who had died from the wound.
Overseas Pakistanis are taking active part in Dam Fund initiated by Prime Minister Imran Khan and the Chief Justice of Pakistan. Dubai-based Pakistani businessman Furqan Hassan Yassin announced to donate £0.1 million in the fund. Here is what he said further while talking to our correspondent Mudassir Khushnoot.
As a Qazi investment entity, the step we have taken, we hope that all other business communities and working with us in real estate sector, we hope that they will also commit something like this for our Pakistani. Qazi investment as a global leader in international community, we have offices over 20 countries all around the world. So for Chief Justice and Prime Minister's Dam Fund, Qazi Investment has committed £1,000 for in next 3 months. We will be giving to the Dam Fund. From all our sales, profit we earn, we will be inshallah giving 0.25% to the dam.
More news stories lined up right after a short break.
Stay with us.
Thai police on Tuesday found the bodies of a British man and his Thai wife buried near a small creek on their property in the northern province of Phrae, days after the couple were reported missing. Retired businessman Alan Hogg, 64, and his wife North Sudan, 61, were reported missing from their home last week. Police have arrested 3 Thai men in connection with the deaths. They will be charged with conspiring to murder. Deputy Police spokesperson Police Colonel Kisana Fatrionic told the reporters. The British Embassy in Bangkok did not immediately reply to a writer's request for comment.
A fancy vivid pink diamond is estimated to sell for almost $50 million. Auction house Christie's said on Tuesday, September 25th. The diamond, weighing 18.96 carats, is the largest of its kind to be sold in the company's history. International Jewelry Director David Warren told Reuters on London.
In 40 years of working at Christie, I've never seen anything like this in my life. It was a huge surprise when there it was. We saw it and couldn't quite believe that such a stone existed. It has wonderfully purity and incredible brightness. It is beautifully cut, but it is the size and color that just take your breath away, Warren said.
This is the pink legacy. It's a vivid pink diamond that's almost 19 carats. And that's an extraordinary size for a pink diamond, given that in 250 years of Christie's trading, we've only sold 4 pink diamonds over 10 carats.
The estimate is $30 to $50 million, which is the highest estimate we have placed on any piece of jewelry at any time, he added. The diamond is on display in London's this week ahead of going on auction at Four Seasons Hotel des Bourges in Geneva, Switzerland on November 13.
It is increasingly likely Britain's opposition Labour will vote against any Brexit deal reached by Prime Minister Theresa May, the party's Brexit spokesman Keir Starmer said on Tuesday.
Speaking at his party's annual conference in Liverpool, Starmer said if the party votes down May's deal or she fails to reach an agreement, all alternatives must be on the table, including another public vote in which remaining in the EU is an option.
The government has no credible plan for Brexit weeks out from the deadline. No credible solution for Northern Ireland weeks out from the deadline. And it's blindingly obvious that there's no majority for checkers.
With just over 6 months until Britain leaves the European Union, May has yet to reach a deal with Brussels on the terms of the divorce, and her plan for future trade ties has been rebuffed by both the EU and many lawmakers in her own party.
So let me be absolutely clear. If the Prime Minister returns with a deal that does not meet our tests, and that looks increasingly likely, we will vote against her deal.
Labour has listed 6 tests it would apply to any Brexit deal, including whether it ensured a strong future relationship with the EU and delivered the same benefit Britain has as a current member of the bloc's single market and customs union. Starmer said May was on course to fail these tests.
Another embarrassment for India, as international body of 6, known as 6 for Justice, on Tuesday wrote to UN Secretary General on human rights abuses in India and genocide of pro-Khalistan 6. 92 UK Bureau Chief Ghulam Hussain Awan reports.
Speaking at a hurriedly called press conference at London's hotel, 6 for Justice office barriers vent their anger at Indian government. Sikh leaders told media men details of proposed referendum on Khalistan to be held in 2020. Gurpantwant Singh Pannu, 6 for Justice movement legal advisor, and Paramjit Singh said demanding a referendum on Khalistan was their fundamental right. They added no Indian government allowed the relations between East and West Punjab to improve. Sikh leaders accused the Indian secret agencies of harassing them in case they supported better relations between India and Pakistan. 6 for Justice leaders also thanked Pakistan Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa for offering to open the route to Kartarpur Sahib. Other pro-freedom Sikh leaders said India had to taste defeat when it tried to stop the London Declaration, which was issued at Trafalgar Square in connection with referendum.
ਜਦੋਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਰਤਾਰਪੁਰ ਲਾਂਘੇ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਕਲੀਫ ਹੈ और वो बिल्कुल नहीं चाहते।
पाकिस्तान की सरकार जिहड़ी है उन्हें ओपनली कहा कि भी सानू कोई मुश्किल नहीं, असीं करतारपुर साहिब कॉरीडोर खोलांगे और गुरु नानक साहब दे 550वें जन्म दिहाड़े दे उत्ते असीं पूरी सिख संगत नूं जिहड़ी पंजाब च जां इंडिया च है इत्थे आउण दा मौका देवांगे।
सानू धोखे दे नाल हिंदुस्तान दे नाल रहना पिया, हिंदुस्तान ने अपने नाल रखिया, उस तो बाद इन्ने धोखे साडे नाल कीते, साडी कौम दी कतलोगारत कीती, साडे धार्मिक स्थानां ते हमले कीते। ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ, ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਆਵਾਮ ਦੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ। ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਲਿਆ 1947 ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੌਮ ਦਾ genocide.
UN Secretary General Antonio will visit the holy site of 6th Golden Temple, Amritsar, on October 3, where the Indian government had shed the blood of 6.
Shaheed-e Karbala conference was held at Birmingham's Jamia Ghaussia Qasmiya Mosque on Tuesday. Speaking on the occasion, religious scholars shed light on the grand sacrifice of martyrs of Karbala. Our correspondent from Birmingham, Irfan Ahmed Faraz, reports.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا.
Speakers at Shuhada-e Karbala conference held at Jamia Ghaussia Qasmiya Mosque in Birmingham paid homage to Hazrat Imam Hussain and members of his family for laying down their lives for Islam. Mosque's orator Qari Muhammad Zaman, Haji Muhammad Mushtaq and members of the committee had organized the conference, while Allama Mufti Ansar Qadri was the chief guest on the occasion. A large number of locals attended the event.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا.
Allama Mufti Ansar Qadri in his address said the sacrifice given by grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Hazrat Imam Hussain, and members of his family has no parallel in history. Qari Muhammad Zaman, Hafiz Muhammad Umar, Haji Muhammad Mushtaq, Malik Nazuk Hussain and others addressed the conference.
Nawase Rasool जिगर गोशा बतूल शहजादा गुलगू कबा सैयद शुहदा इमाम हुसैन रदी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु ने जो कुर्बानी मैदान करबला में वक्त के एक जालिम जाबिर फासिक फाजिर और जर्री अलल कबायर हुक्मरान के सामने कलमा हक कहते हुए पेश की है, तारीख़ इंसानियत इस तरह की मिसाल पेश करने से कासिर है।
In the end, special prayers were offered for the prosperity and progress of Muslims.
More news stories lined up right after a short break.
Stay with us. US President Donald Trump congratulated Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in New York on Monday, September 24th, for an outstanding job with respect to terrorism. I know you're working very hard on that. It's not easy and you're at the forefront, but you have done an outstanding job. I just wanted to congratulate you and thank you very much, Trump said during a bilateral meeting between the leaders on the sides of the United Nations General Assembly.
Pope Francis was greeted by Estonian President Kersti Kaljulaid at the welcoming ceremony in Tallinn on Tuesday. Francis returns Rome on Tuesday night. Tallinn is the last stop on Francis' tour of Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. He will celebrate Mass in the city's Freedom Square later on Tuesday before returning to Rome. Estonia, one of the most secular countries in the world, has only about 4,500 Catholics, or about 0.4% of the population of 1.3 million. According to a 2011 census, a majority said they have no religious identification.
A funeral was held in Gaza on Tuesday for a Palestinian man shot by Israeli soldiers during a protest at the border. Israeli soldiers on Monday, September the 24th, shot dead the Palestinian man and injured dozens of others who were protesting near the border between Israel and Gaza, according to Gaza health officials.
The Israeli military said thousands had taken part in the demonstration, throwing burning tires, rocks and explosive devices toward the troops on the other side of the border fence. A military spokesman said soldiers responded with riot dispersal means according to rules of engagement. Gaza health officials said 90 people were hurt, 10 of them by live fire. Since Gazans began holding border protests on March 30, the Israeli army has killed 184 Palestinians. A Gaza sniper has killed one Israeli soldier. Israel accuses Hamas, the Palestinian Islamist movement that controls Gaza, of having deliberately provoked violence in the protest, a charge Hamas denies. Protest organizers say the demonstrations aim to press demands for a right to lands lost to Israel in the 1948 war of its foundation and for an end to an Israeli-Egyptian blockade of the coastal Gaza Strip. Israel says the blockade is intended to prevent weapons from reaching militant groups, including Hamas, which it designates as a terrorist organization and with whom it has fought 3 wars in the past decade. More than 2 million Palestinians are packed into tiny Gaza, which is experiencing deep economic hardship. Around 10 Palestinian boats sailed off the coast to challenge the blockade on Monday, drawing warning shoots from the Israeli Navy. There were no reports of Palestinian casualties.
Swedish Prime Minister Stefan Löfven lost a no-confidence vote in Parliament on Tuesday and will step down after 4 years in power. But with neither major political bloc holding a majority, it remained unclear who will form the next government.
Voters delivered a hung parliament in the September 9 election, with Löfven's centre-left bloc garnering 144 seats, one more than the centre-right opposition alliance. The anti-immigration Sweden Democrats, with 62 seats and shunned by all parties since entering parliament in 2010, backed the alliance in the vote, an obligatory test of the Prime Minister's parliamentary support after an election. Analysts expect the speaker to pick ULF Kristersson, leader of the biggest alliance party, the moderates, to try to form a new administration. But lacking a majority, he needs support either from the Sweden Democrats with roots in the white supremacist fringe or the centre-left. Sweden Democrat leader Jamie Akison repeated on Tuesday his party wanted a say in policy as the price of supporting a new government. The alliance of the moderates, centre, liberal and Christian Democrats has said it will not negotiate with the Sweden Democrats, who want to freeze immigration and have called for a new vote on membership of the European Union.
China on Tuesday strongly opposed the approved sale of $330 million of military spare parts to Taiwan from the United States and lodged stern representations with Washington, said the Chinese Foreign Ministry.
The U.S. State Department on Monday approved the sale to Taiwan of spare parts for F-16 fighter planes and other military aircraft. Taiwan would still need to finalize sale details with U.S. companies. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Gang Shuang said that U.S. arms sales to Taiwan were a serious breach of international law and harmed Chinese sovereignty and security interests. Taiwan's presidential office spokesperson Alex Huang thanked the United States for its support and said the island would continue to stay in close communication and cooperation with Washington for issues including security. China is deeply suspicious of U.S. intentions toward Taiwan, which is equipped with mostly U.S.-made weaponry. China claims Taiwan as its territory and has never renounced the use of force to bring what it sees as a wayward province under its control.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Tuesday Israel will continue its military operations in Syria after Russia announced it would supply an advanced anti-aircraft system to its Syrian ally.
We will continue to take action to prevent the establishment of an Iranian military presence in Syria, and we will continue to the security coordination between the Israel Defense Forces and the Russian military, Netanyahu told reporters before boarding a flight to New York, where he will address the UN General Assembly. Russia said on Monday that it would supply on an S-300 surface-to-air missile system to Syria in 2 weeks despite strong Israeli objections, a week after Moscow accused Israel of indirectly causing the downing of a Russian military jet in Syria. Russia, which fights in Syria to support the government against rebels and militants, has said Syrian anti-craft batteries shot its Il-20 surveillance plane down by mistake shortly. Syrian anti-craft batteries shot its Il-20 surveillance plane down by mistake shortly after Israel jet hit a nearby target. Moscow accused Israel of creating dangerous conditions that caused the incident. Israel, which has carried out airstrikes in Syria many times during the civil war, said after the incident it would work to improve deconfliction of its mission with Russian forces but would not halt them.
The head of the Catholic Church in Germany apologized on Tuesday for all the failure and pain after a report found thousands of children were sexually abused by its clergy, a number an expert said was only the tip of the iceberg.
Researchers of 3 German universities examined 38,156 personal files spanning a 70-year period ending 2014 and found indications of sexual abuse by 1,670 clerics, with more than 3,700 possible victims. German magazine Der Spiegel reported the findings earlier this month after the report was leaked. The scandal comes at a time when the Catholic Church is grappling with a number of new sexual abuse cases in countries including Chile, the United States and Argentina. For too long in the church we have looked away, denied, covered up and did not want it to be true. Cardinal Reinhard Marx, chairman of the German Bishops' Conference, said at a news conference for the launch of the report in the central German city of Fulda on Tuesday. Forensic psychiatrist Harald Dressing of the Central Institute of Mental Health said that in his more than 30-year career, he had adopted a professional distance to the topics I have to deal with. The extent of sexual abuse in the German Catholic Church and the way those responsible dealt with it have nevertheless shocked me, Dressing said.
King Salman bin Abdulaziz inaugurated a high-speed train between Makkah and Medina Munawwara. The train initially operates from Jeddah to Makkah.
Harman Express is ready to start operations. King Salman will inaugurate the service. Members of the royal family, ministers, senior clerics and eminent citizens will attend the opening ceremony. The first high-speed train in the Middle East will travel at 300 km per hour. The 4.5 hours journey between Mecca and Medina will now be covered in 2 hours and 10 minutes. The distance between the two cities is 450 kilometers. 6 powerhouses have been built along the train's route to supply electricity. 60 million people are expected to avail the facility annually. The train will make stopovers at Jeddah, King Abdul Aziz International Airport and King Abdullah Economic City stations.
More news stories lined up right after a short break.
Stay with us. After wooing at film festival premieres in Venice and Toronto, Lady Gaga stepped out in a long silver meshed dress complete with train for the Los Angeles premiere of A Star Is Born. A Star Is Born goes on release in US cinemas on October the 5th.
The film follows the discovery of Ellie by established musician Jackson Maine, who takes her under his wings and set out to give his confidence and make her a star. Cooper not only acts opposite Gaga, but he also directs for the first time. When asked if it was tough for him to have people believe in his dreams as a director, Cooper replied,
"Yeah, I think because I waited so long and I was at a point in my life where I felt I was ready, it made it easier. I think if I had tried it earlier, I wouldn't have the ability to do it. I think I just got to a point and I was so clear with the story I wanted to tell. And I think maybe people felt that and they were willing to trust me that I was going to take care of them.
Critics have praised both Cooper's performance and direction as well as Lady Gaga's acting. Many of her co-star gush about her on the red carpet, with one drag queen called Emerald, who appears in the film, saying she was everything you would want your idol to be: giving, kind, funny, cool. Also on the carpet was Lorna Luft, the daughter of Judy Garland, who starred in the second adaptation of the story in 1954. The original came out in 1937 and starred Janet Gaynor and Frederick March as Hollywood actors.
This story is now almost 87 years old, and I think that the reason that it's told is because we can all relate to it, and it's always unique, because Barbara's was different from my mom's. This is Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's version. This is their film, and this is a movie they set out to make, and they got to do it. Unfortunately, my mom and my dad didn't, because it was taken away and cut up.
A Star Is Born goes on release in US cinemas on October 5.
A new trailer has been released for Hollywood drama Collide. Story of the film is about a woman who fights everything in the world, including her husband, to tell her identity. Historical film will hit cinemas on January 25th next year.
Tell me, how many people in this park do you think are reading Claudine right now?
Who is this girl in my heart? People love to talk.
Well, since when have you considered scandal to be a bad thing?
Who is me right from the start?
All those young girls, you've given them a voice.
Willie has.
I mean, you have. You should own up to it.
I will continue to pursue this because I want to. The hand that holds the pen writes history.
That's all from the news studio. For more details, you can visit our website 92NewsHDUK.TV.
Keep watching 92 News HD UK.